Imagine a group of people, perhaps your family, your community, or even a jury, facing a tough decision. They need to weigh different options, consider the impact, and ultimately come to a shared understanding or a course of action. It sounds simple, right? Just talk it out. But anyone who's ever been in such a situation knows it's rarely that straightforward. The way these discussions unfold, the way opinions are formed, and how decisions are made, that's what we call deliberation dynamics. It's a fascinating, complex process, and understanding it is key to making better collective choices in our lives and in society. Today, we're going to explore what cutting-edge research tells us about these dynamics. We'll look at the hidden currents beneath our conversations, the silent forces that shape our agreements and disagreements, and how we can foster more effective, meaningful dialogue. It's a journey into the heart of how humans make decisions together, drawing insights from psychology, sociology, political science, and even legal studies. My hope is that by the end, you'll have a clearer, more informed perspective on how to engage in these vital conversations in your own world. At its core, deliberation is more than just talking. It's a thorough examination, a deep dive into the reasons for and against a particular decision. It involves sharing facts, listening to diverse viewpoints, and carefully analyzing potential outcomes. Think of it like a puzzle, where everyone brings a few pieces to the table, and together you try to build the complete picture. This concept isn't new. Philosophers like Aristotle spoke of practical wisdom in decision-making centuries ago. But modern theories, especially from thinkers like John Rawls and Jürgen Habermas, have really shaped our understanding of how deliberation can build a healthier society. Political scientists today even talk about deliberative democracy, suggesting that legitimate public decisions aren't just about voting, but about thoughtful, inclusive discussion that helps us develop what's called public judgment. One of the most natural places to see deliberation in action is within a jury room, where individuals from diverse backgrounds must discuss evidence, reconcile different interpretations, and reach a verdict. It's a microcosm of the larger world. But the insights from these specific settings apply to so many areas, from city council meetings to discussions among friends about where to eat dinner. Researchers are exploring concepts like social learning, which examines how our individual beliefs and attitudes actually change and evolve when we engage in these deep discussions. They're also recognizing the often overlooked emotional dynamics, the hopes, frustrations, and even joys that inevitably color our conversations. This field isn't just theoretical. It's incredibly active and practical. We see innovative approaches like deliberative mini-publics, small, representative groups of citizens who come together to carefully consider complex policy issues like climate change or healthcare. Think of it as a small-scale experiment in ideal democracy. These groups, often called citizens' juries or assemblies, have shown remarkable potential to cut through the noise of daily politics, counter manipulation from powerful interests, and foster a truly informed public judgment. Researchers are constantly refining their methods, using everything from detailed discourse analysis to large-scale experiments to truly understand how these conversations can empower citizens and lead to better collective outcomes. Organizations like the Deliberative Democracy Lab at Stanford University are at the forefront, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So, what are some of the key takeaways from all this research? Firstly, that genuine deliberation requires a commitment to examining all the facts, openly discussing the pros and cons, and truly listening to different perspectives before making a collective decision. This isn't just a polite suggestion, it's fundamental to the process. James Fishkin, for example, developed deliberative polling, a method where participants spend significant time engaging in in-depth deliberation before expressing their opinions, demonstrating how informed opinions can differ vastly from initial gut reactions. Crucially, research shows that these deliberative processes can be incredibly inclusive. There were initial concerns that deliberation might favor the more educated or privileged voices, but empirical studies consistently demonstrate its power to build capacity and empower traditionally marginalized groups. When given a structured, respectful space to speak and be heard, individuals develop confidence, refine their arguments, and contribute meaningfully. This means it's not just for experts or elites, it's a tool for everyone.
Large-scale initiatives like America in One Room, which brought together hundreds of Americans to deliberate on policy, have vividly illustrated this potential to foster mutual understanding across divides. Now, it's not all sunshine and perfect harmony. The research also highlights the real challenges and ongoing debates within deliberation dynamics. One early criticism was that deliberative democracy aimed for an impossible full consensus, potentially silencing dissent. Today, researchers often talk about meta-consensus, not necessarily agreeing on every point, but at least recognizing the legitimate value in diverse perspectives, or reaching workable agreements that everyone can live with. It's about mutual respect, even in disagreement. We also have to be realistic about power. While ideal deliberation aims for equality, power dynamics are always present. Current research doesn't shy away from this. Instead, it looks at how power can be acknowledged and managed to ensure fairness, address inequalities, and ensure that decisions can actually be implemented. And yes, individual biases, which we all have, can creep into group discussions. Jury studies, for instance, have shown that group dynamics can sometimes even amplify these biases, or that strong-willed individuals can disproportionately influence outcomes. This underscores the need for thoughtful facilitation and structured processes to mitigate these risks. Perhaps one of the most significant debates today is the efficacy of deliberation in deeply divided societies. When people hold fundamentally different values, can talking really help? While skepticism is natural, a growing body of empirical evidence suggests that even in highly polarized contexts, deliberative practices can foster a surprising degree of mutual respect and understanding, creating pathways where none seemed to exist before. And remember those emotional dynamics we mentioned? Traditionally, the focus was on purely rational discourse, but increasingly, researchers are exploring how emotions, when properly understood and managed, can actually facilitate rather than hinder productive deliberative exchange. As we look to the future, the field of deliberation dynamics is vibrant and continuously evolving. The ongoing discussions about emotions, power, and how deliberation can thrive in divided societies will drive even more intensified research. We'll see more sophisticated tools to measure the quality and impact of these conversations, and we can expect to see more practical applications, more mini-publics and large-scale experiments, aiming to strengthen our democracies and improve collective decision-making in our increasingly complex and often polarized world.
Understanding deliberation dynamics isn't just an academic exercise. It's about equipping ourselves with the knowledge to participate more effectively in our communities, our workplaces, and our homes. It's about recognizing that the way we talk, the way we listen, and the way we decide together truly matters. By embracing the insights from this rich field, we can all contribute to creating spaces where thoughtful consideration, mutual respect, and wise decisions can truly flourish.